Hello everyone, this is Tom here from Select Your Game, and today I'm here to analyze the Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 trailer that was revealed early this morning at the Konami pre-E3 trailer. Now I'm going to be using game trailers. Thank them for actually putting it up on their YouTube so I can download it. I'm going to have it playing in slow-mo, that way we can actually see what's going on, and I'll pause at the necessary times. I'm going to fast forward here. Here we see a statue of our best friend from Castlevania Lords of Shadow, the first one. No, not Zobek, but actually it is indeed Satan. A statue of Satan. You can tell it's Satan because of the wings in the back, and it just looks generally like Satan. So, there's a statue of Satan right at the beginning of the game. Or, not game, trailer. And as we all know, Satan was the big spoiler boss at the end of the first game, Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Now here we get a glimpse of Gabriel Belmont, the protagonist from Castlevania Lords of Shadow, the first game, has a new raiment. It's still red, much longer than his first game appearance, and it now has some golden embroider on it. Now he's truly starting to look like some sort of lord, or some sort of dark lord, like he is Dracula. Oh my god, Dracula! It doesn't look like he has the same boots that made him run really fast in the first game, but that's alright. I mean, he doesn't even have the dark gauntlet anymore. You can definitely tell that his outfit has changed primarily around here, where he has like these weird spike scales, sort of. He does refer to himself as a dragon. He has this new dragon face thing that you saw at the end of Lords of Shadow, except much darker colored because it was more farther into time, while this is still within the same or near same time frame. His shoulder blades seem more detailed, but still relatively the same one we have seen since he started the game in Lords of Shadow. Now, here I don't really know what this is. I guess they're just trying to show off some cinematic or Gabriel or something like that. And, oh, here, this is very clever. What I found very, very interesting is that you see Gabriel walking towards the mirror, and bam, no reflection in the mirror. There you go. First sign that he is indeed a vampire. I mean, you already know that because he had to suck all of Laura's blood in the first DLC Reverie. And here we go outside, and we see thousands of guys outside of this castle, which is most presumably the Bernard Castle that you fought Camilla in Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Now here we actually get a good glimpse of his face. Wait till it comes in closer. And bam, a good glimpse of his face. Gabriel is significantly older. He just looks much older than he did in the first game. He has a beard going around now. His skin is much more pale, and he has longer hair than he had in the first game. So that's already telling us that this is definitely set a few years ahead of what Lords of Shadow initially started with. Now this castle here looks similar to what the Bernard Castle is, exactly like I said before, but it also looks similar to the church that Gabriel was seen at in the true ending in Lords of Shadow, where Zobek appeared. Just pointing that out. I mean, maybe that's true, maybe that's not, but I just want to point things out at this point, because that's what it is. It's an analysis. Oh, here we get a good glimpse of his powers here. We're going to see some like weird swirly magic going on. And this is what you can definitely tell is the vampire powers, because he turns into mist and poof, flies into the sky. This one maybe not so much a classic Castlevania power, but it definitely has that feel of it. That it's magical, that he is super being, he's a dark lord, he's Dracula. He is Dracula. And boom, bam, guys go flying. A lot of shields, and there he is. You could definitely tell he's all powerful. This is really, really interesting. As he summons this fiery blade, but it's not a blade. It is actually a whip. Does a fiery whip. I wish I could have paused. Let's go back a bit so I can pause. There we go. A fiery whip. Whip. And it doesn't look like there's really any substance to it. It's just made out of his dark energy, but looks like Gabriel still has favor of whips, considering he used the combat cross for the entirety of the game in the Castlevania Lords of Shadow. So it makes sense that he would develop a style similar to the combat cross. Whether we're actually going to be using Gabriel or fighting him is a whole different story. Oh man, look at those people get split in half. I just thought this looked beautiful. Oh, there's another power, is the Mist power, where in Castlevania it's definitely said that, well, not even just said, it's shown that vampires can turn into mist and teleport, just like Alucard did, except he didn't really teleport, he just kind of moved. Oh, here is another cool thing, is that they're bringing back Titans that were also in Castlevania Lords of Shadow. And this one looks significantly larger than the Titans we've even seen in Lords of Shadow. I don't know who made this. Aghartha was the one that said to make Titans before. If you remember, Aghartha was the town that was destroyed or left to ruin. But here we see a Titan that's definitely forged by humans probably, or by maybe some demonic magic. You don't know. We don't know, but you can definitely see an eye, a face, and there's a face here too that kind of looks like the God mask. Actually, now that I look, it kind of looks like the God mask. But this Titans are making a return, which I'm glad about. I loved fighting those things, and well, I don't know if we're actually going to be fighting them or using Gabriel or whatnot. But Titans have made a return. Whether they're going to be that big or maybe bigger or larger or smaller is left to be debated because we've only seen just this one. And there's a shot coming up right here. You can definitely tell that this guy is much taller than the Titans we fought, even taller than the Stone Titan that was in the Aghartha ruins. Much bigger, much bigger. I don't know how they created it though, as I've already mentioned. Here's another vampire power: is sucking the blood from a poor soul and using that to power himself, Gabriel. And here is where it gets really cool. Is that woof 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 whoop? Bam, he transforms into a dragon. If you see, you notice that at the end of Castlevania Lords of Shadow during the DLC, he starts to refer to himself as a dragon. And interestingly enough, in the regular Castlevania series, Dracula, his true form, still kind of looks like a dragon. You know, that like blue dragon-looking creature. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be a bat, but it looks more like a dragon to me. And then this kind of makes sense considering he's the new Dracula. Also has part of a dragon. I'm sorry, my words are all over the place. I'm just really tired. But you can definitely tell that that's a dragon, and it's just flying right into the Titan. And then here we get a first look at the title, or the new title, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Pretty nice design here. Still has the same look and logo of Castlevania and the Lords of Shadow, but we have this nice looking dragon design actually here. So maybe we will be playing as Gabriel or Dracula. Who knows, but we'll be left to see. And the reason why I'm questioning like why I'm saying maybe it'll be Gabriel is because right about now you're going to be seeing something that has been intriguing everybody's mind who has seen this trailer. And I'll get really in-depth about this as much as I possibly can. You see Gabriel standing, Titan defeated, everybody else defeated. Oh, he notices something. What's over there? It is another person. Now pause. If you look, he has a long cape-like thing, long gloves, white hair, black and gold armor. Now, if you recall, the person who looked very close, similar to this, is Alucard from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Now, people were complaining that Lords of Shadow would be a bad game because there's no Alucard. I find that completely redundant, but Alucard, or looking like an Alucard here. But there's a few details I have to mention which pushes that away. So you can see he has long silver hair. He has golden black armor right here. Oh, let's go back a bit because I want to get a better look at that. Golden black armor. Bam. Golden black armor. Looks very much like Alucard's from Symphony of the Night. Probably not going to be the same Alucard, but nonetheless it could be a character similar to his in story. Or other. And here is very significant detail. Bam! He has a reflection in the sword. That is his eye. That shining thing right here, that was an eye. Oh, I accidentally pressed the unpause. I'm making so many mistakes right now. But that shining thing right there, that is an eye. So if he has a reflection, that means he cannot be a vampire. So I made various theories. I thought maybe he's Gabriel's adopted son and defected from Gabriel because he didn't like the way he did things or treated humans. Possibly he could be Satan's child, uh, which I find that very less likely. Or he could just be some guy looking out for revenge or some guy out for justice against the Dark Lord Dracula, which is Gabriel. But he has a reflection, so he can't be part vampire. But I'm sure they're gonna have some form of story with this. I mean, maybe this could be before he's a vampire, or maybe he becomes one, becomes an Alucard. You know, there's so much left to debate and so much left to theorize, and just little to show. But there's still gonna be just a few more shots left I have to show, and bam! Here we can see he has a long cape, very long katana-like sword. Still has that white hair and still has that black and golden armor that is going down to his legs. He has boots about up thigh high. And here we have in the back Castlevania, the actual castle. Now, if you remember the Bernard Castle, if picking up one of the notes from the dead guards, or not the dead guards, the dead Brotherhood of Light soldiers, one of them tells you that the castle's always changing, always that you can't make a map because the layout is just constantly changing. That fills right in with the history of the actual, well, not the actual, the first Castlevania storyline, where Castlevania the Castle would always change, and nobody can make a proper map or detail out of it. So I'm going to say this is the Bernard Castle that we found in Camilla's, where you fought Camilla, in Castlevania Lords of Shadow, and this is now where Gabriel's residing. And I'm guessing, he might be a Belmont, might be an Alucard, who knows, or he could just be some random guy. Also, people are saying he looks like Hector from Curse of Darkness, so we don't know what this is yet. I doubt they're going to be bringing back characters like that, and if they are, they're definitely going to be re-imaged and redone story-wise completely, because Mercury Steam did a fantastic job with Lords of Shadow. But we have to wait and see, and only time will tell us what is actually true and what is false. But one little thing I want to mention here is you see the Mercury Steam sign here, but when it actually goes to show the title, we see Konami, we see Mercury Steam, but we do not see Kojima Productions. And Kojima Productions is the company that was helping them make like facial designs and character designs for Lords of Shadow. So whether that's actually going to make a significant change in Lords of Shadow 2, highly doubtful in my opinion, considering by looking at the trailer it looks beautiful. So I believe in Mercury Steam and Konami. I believe they can handle it in their hands, but you know, I want to see what people have to say, either about Kojima not being in it, or just about anything else that happened in the trailer. So leave your comments in the comment section to say anything you wish, and we'll just leave it all up for debate. So I will see you guys next time.